Handy Proverb looking at the right end of the Triple Crown, and Johnny Tapp, you were just telling me what a bargain that fella.
Yeah, Mike, he was another one of those rags to riches stories. He cost only $7,000 at the Adelaide yearling sales, and he's on his way to a big heap of money if he wins the Spring Champion Stakes, because he's won the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown, and I'm blowed if I can see how they're going to beat him in the 3rd pin. And, well, you liken that to horses like Manicato, $2,500, won $1 million. Gunsin, $1,300.
What'd they pay for this fella?
$7,000.
$7,000.
Yeah, remarkable, isn't it?
Wonderful.
The man hasn't been born who can forecast equine genetics. You know, you and I are as much hope of selecting and purchasing a champion as Robert Holmes a court. Let's have a look at Handy Proverb winning the middle pin of the Sydney Spring Triple Crown yesterday at Rose Hill, the Gloaming Stakes, and I'm sure you'll agree with me at the finish of the race, how the hell are they going to beat him in the big one at Randwick on the long weekend? Now, as they race down towards the turn into the straight, Roman Artist is the leader. Now, Tierra Wrist is getting up on the rails with the yellow cap, the Hay colours, as a matter of fact, and he got to second momentarily. On the outside is Fragilistic, and Acumen, Mick Dittman's mount, is the horse in the blinkers, the black and white striped sleeves and the black cap. He was very heavily backed, Acumen, but he's making heavy weather of it there. He was a grave disappointment yesterday and certainly gives the impression that he's just not doing his best. But here he comes. Have a look at this. Handy Proverb with Jim Cassidy in the saddle, coming from midfield at the 800 metres mark, storms past Roman Artist. If you watch the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see that little New Zealand colt, the Cowboy, running on strongly down the outside. But Handy Proverb kept going by Cassidy scores with ridiculous ease over Roman Artist, and the Cowboy was 3rd. And coincidentally, they were the same 3 horses that filled the placings in the Peter Pan Stakes. Now, here's Malcolm Johnston and his old mate Kingston Town. Kingston Town, still every inch a racehorse, almost pulled Malcolm out of the saddle as he went to the top of the straight in company of the clerk of the course, and he came down the straight to the plaudits of the crowd, and when he gathered a little bit of speed about 100 metres from the winning post, the old boy said, "Struth, I think it's on here for young and old." When he saw the grey pony alongside of him, his mouth is wide open and he wanted to run Kingston Town. He's now a 9-year-old, and it's just 3 years, almost 3 years, since he last raced in the Western Mail Classic in Perth. But doesn't he look a treat? One of the all-time greats, one of the legends of the Australian turf, and yesterday the star of the show at Rose Hill. Now the race named in his honour, and Malcolm Johnston had them out on Hay, which is just in front at this stage over Night Eye as they near the turn, and Night Eye kept worrying Hay, and there's no doubt he cost that horse the race. Silver Award is the grey horse on the outside of Forward Charge, followed by Wineglass, and on the right-hand side of your screen in the conspicuous blinkers and the black and red colours is the ultimate winner, Pika McGuess, another one of those Kiwi invaders, ridden by expatriate New Zealand jockey Bruce Compton. Hay looks home here, and gee, it looked like being a Cinderella story on Kingston Town Day, with Malcolm Johnston going for broke on Hay, but Bruce Compton had to come along and spoil it. Shame on you, Brucey. Pika McGuess at 30 to 1 storms down the outside, takes the lead from Hay. See the horse getting into 3rd place? That's my Melbourne Cup selection. Late Show. Wait until he gets over 3,200 metres and you'll see a different horse, but he's coming up a treat. Pika McGuess at 30 to 1 beat Hay, and Late Show was 3rd, and it was a mighty day at Rose Hill, another successful STC promotion, marred somewhat by 2 or 3 very heavy downpours, but there's nothing we can do about the weather. Righto, now we go to the beautiful Morfordville track in South Australia, and the race we've got for you is the Spring Stakes over 1,200 metres. Now, the winner is the good mare Trichelle, but there's a very familiar old horse in the race. I'm sure you'll know his name, Razor Sharp.
600 metre mark, and Belstani got through on the inside to be the leader from Turnpike. Superior Prince 3rd, Razor Sharp and Bell Cunter, who's never been on the track closer than 3 deep, is working around them 4 deep now. They were followed further back by Trichelle, who's close handy. Arbitral next from Arctic Wolf, working through the pack. Prince by last for home with Just a Commoner. In the straight though, Belstani is clear. Now down the outside, Trichelle is coming out quickly, and so is Bell Cunter. Razor Sharp looks beaten. Trichelle is out after Bell Cunter. Trichelle with a lighter imposters getting the upper hand from Bell Cunter, and Trichelle is starting to draw away. I tell you what, she's heading for a huge spring, I think. Trichelle is going to win it, and win it very, very easily. She's won it by 3 lengths or more to Bell Cunter. Arctic Wolf flashed up for 3rd.
Yes, poor old Razor Sharp was labouring out of a place, and and there's no doubt he's a light of former days. Now the Ascot Vale Stakes in Melbourne, and the Golden Slipper winner makes his reappearance, Rory's Jester. Watch for him with the big white blaze.
Away, putting the pace on, 3 lengths to Preferred, then Reputed. There followed further back Rory's Jester and then Jackson Square. 3:50 to go now, and Campaign King, Touch of Genius have gone past Desolante, and Campaign King's taken the lead. Rory's Jester's full of running, but he's badly hemmed in on the inside, and Campaign King got clear. Road Rouge running on fairly, but Campaign King's got a big break with 100 to go, led by 2 lengths from Road Rouge, and then Jackson Square battling on well, but Campaign King's much too good, wins by 2 lengths to Road Rouge. Jackson Square third.
Yes, Rory's Jester didn't handle the soft going, and he finished in the middle of the field, but is bound to improve. Now the Craigley Stakes, and the AJC Derby winner is in this race. Tristark in the pale green colours, running about third into the straight.
Fine Offer kicked a length and a half in front, then Fox Eel and Moss Kingdom. With 300 to go, Fine Offer 2 lengths to Kiwi Slave and Tristark. Then Dynasty Prince battling on from Fox Eel, and further back Moss Kingdom, who's beaten. Fine Offer clear at the 150, a length and a half to stablemate Kiwi Slave and Tristark. He's holding them safely at the moment. Fine Offer's coming away, in fact, and Fine Offer's going on to win it well. Tristark battles on strongly for second, Kiwi Slave third.
Yes, and Michael Clark rode the winner Fine Offer, which is an absolute specialist over the 1,600 metres journey. Now we go to Eagle Farm and the Gregory Terrace Cup.
McGettigan on the inside ahead, Bodes Relay. 3 lengths to Cobb & Co, 2 lengths to Dancing Man, 2 to Charles Heidsick. These back horses, they couldn't possibly pick up these leaders for mine. 400 to run, they're in the straight proper. McGettigan the leader, 2 lengths Bodes Relay under the bat. A length and a half, the Dancing Man coming home ahead of Charles Heidsick and Cobb & Co, but the leaders booted at the 200. McGettigan got away, 2.5 lengths Bodes Relay. Charles Heidsick, and then coming Dancing Man in different class, but McGettigan has run them into the ground with 15 metres to go. He's in front of Dancing Man in different class, and McGettigan is going to win the money. McGettigan led all the way to win. Now, different class, I think, second, a short half head in front of Dancing Man.
Alan Thomas was spot on with those place getters, and what a ghostly sight that big grey horse made as he charged down the straight. McGettigan. Mike, the Sydney Stewards cut a swath through the jockey ranks yesterday. Peter Cook's out until October the 5th. Johnny Marshall's out till October the 5th. Jeffrey Challen till the 7th. And Ron Quinton's also on the sidelines. Do you want to ride next week?
John Shrek strikes again.
He didn't miss him.
All right, John, see you next Sunday.
OK.
Stay with us in a moment, all yesterday's big footy action.